welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today we are going to be doing a beginner on ice warm-up. So I have a more advanced warm-up that I've posted in the past that's my personal warm-up, but a lot of you were saying that that's still too advanced for you. So today we have one that's as beginner as we can for a warm-up. The tough thing about doing an on-ice warm-up for beginners is a lot of the skills that you're working on are things that we would later put into a warm-up. So this is not going to be for your very first time out on the ice. If it's your first time out on the ice, I have a tutorial for that. I'll post it down below. But if you've been skating for a little while and are ready for a warm-up, this one is going to be perfect for you. So we're going to be going around the rink doing a number of different skills. They're going to activate our quads and our glutes, limber up our core, and limber up those arms so you're ready for a good skating session. So now when you get on the ice, the best thing to do is to have already done a bit of off-ice warm-up or stretching. You don't want to get on the ice with your muscles already cold if you can possibly help it. If you're running late and you just got here, okay, we do what we can do. But if you can, spend some time off the ice first, warming up and stretching out. And I have some ideas for those. I can post those links down below. But the first thing we're going to do today is start with some forward stroking. Okay, so we're going to just stroke around the rink. Now, every time you do a push, I want you to squeeze your glutes. So we're going to push and squeeze our glutes here. So your leg is going out at a diagonal every time. It's not going directly behind you, and it's not going out to the side, okay? We're trying to push towards the back corner. We're gonna push and we're gonna hold and squeeze those glutes. Push and hold and squeeze those glutes. So this is helping activate those glutes and also kind of engaging the muscles on your skating leg, okay? So we have push and squeeze, push and squeeze, push and squeeze. The whole time you want that core activated, arms strong, shoulder height or lower, and a nice V in front of you. So that is the first exercise. You can do that a couple of times around the rink, really getting your core, your glutes, and your quads warmed up. Our second exercise is gonna be some forward swizzles. All right, so we're gonna really try to get into those knees every time. Activate those knees, activate your quads, really get your muscles warmed up. And then what we're gonna do, besides just simple swizzles, is we're going to twist and twist. So every time your feet go apart, you're gonna twist to one side and then twist to the other side. So we're trying to limber up that core as best as we can. We want to be engaged, but we also want to be flexible in our core. There's a lot of things in skating where we wind up. So this is gonna help us loosen up those muscles for winding up. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our arm over. So every swizzle, we're gonna reach up to the ceiling and back, up to the ceiling and back. So we're loosening up those shoulders as we swizzle. All right. So you're gonna do that forward swizzle exercise a couple of times around the rink, once with the big twists and once with those big arm rotations. The next thing we're gonna do is a 2-foot slalom. Now this, down the road, you're gonna do power poles, and it's the same motion, just on 1 foot. And I have a tutorial for those power poles. I can post that down below as well. There's gonna be a whole bunch of links down there. So go through and find the one that applies to what you're wanting to learn. But what we're gonna do today is a 2-foot slalom. So this again is gonna really open up that midsection, warm it up, and we're gonna keep activating those quads and getting your quads warmed up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little momentum. This is hard to do from a complete standstill. We're gonna put our feet together and we're gonna bend, and we're gonna imagine we're skiing around moguls, okay? So I've got my ski poles and I'm twisting my upper body. So my left hand's in front and then my right hand, left and right. And what my knees are doing is they're gonna bounce. They're bending on the open and up on the middle. So we bend across the side and then straighten towards the middle. We bend out, straighten up, bend out, straighten up, bend out, straighten up. So it's a bouncing motion. Your knees are bouncing, your waist is twisting, and you're trying to keep your feet together the entire time, okay? I don't want you to start getting your feet wide and it turns into this ambiguous slidey motion. We want to keep those knees and ankles together the whole time so that it's as if your legs are working as one. We're switching edges. We're making big, deep curves. We're keeping our knees pumping. We're twisting that waist. We're rotating the upper body. So you're really using your whole body all together on these forward slaloms. Now we're going to be doing some backward skating. So we're going to start with our backward swizzles. All right, now we're going to kind of repeat the same idea we did with our forward swizzles. So we're going to start out getting those knees warmed up. All right, we're activating our quads, using our glutes, keeping your core really nice and strong, shoulders right over those hips, okay? We don't want to be having our shoulders bob around. Keep them right over your hips. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start activating our midsection. So twist, twist. So every time our feet go open, we twist to the side. As they come in, we come in. Twist together, twist together, twist together, twist together. All right, so we have this loosening up of the midsection, getting your spine limbered up, okay? So that's the first one. Now we're going to switch those arms. So now we're going to change those arms on the swizzle. So we're going to put one hand behind our back and we're going to do a big circle and then put that hand behind our back. Swizzle, make a big circle, hand behind your back. So this is keeping your shoulders open. My shoulders are really open here. Circle, keep those shoulders open. And I'm just putting my hands right on the small of my back. So in between each swizzle, I'm coming together in a tall posture with my hands behind my back. So that is the second arm motion with those backward swizzles. Now we're going to be doing some crossovers or half pumps, depending on where you are in your skating, all right? So if you've learned crossovers, use those. If you're still working on them, go ahead and use half pumps on this. So we're gonna be using these two red hockey circles and doing a figure 8, okay? So we're gonna be making an 8 out of these crossovers or pumps. So I'm gonna start counterclockwise. I have my right hand in front, and we're either gonna be doing some half pumps around that circle, or we're going to be doing crossovers, whichever one is your level. When we get to the middle, we're going to switch our hands and we're going to go the other direction. Okay, keep your upper body facing inside, and again we're going to do pumps or crossovers, whatever your level is. Now, if you know how to do backward crossovers or backward half pumps, this would be the perfect time to do that, and then you'd be done with your warm-up. So we're going to do the same thing, and again, you do half pumps or half crossovers depending on your skill level. So we can either do some pumps or some beginner crossovers or the more advanced crossovers. Put your feet together, switch your hands, switch your head, and then we're gonna go the other way, okay? So whatever your skill level is, that's what we're gonna do on this circle. Always keeping that chin looking in. We put our feet together, we switch our hands, and then we switch our circle, okay? So you're gonna make sure you're looking where you're going before you get to that circle in case there's anyone on it. Okay, so if there's anyone on that circle, you want to look and turn and make sure your head is facing that circle to make sure you're not going to run into anybody. So you're going to do a couple laps of 8 forward, and if you have the skill set for it, you're going to do a couple laps of 8 backwards, and then you are done with your warm-up and ready to work on whatever you're going to work on out on the ice that day. right, skaters, I hope you enjoyed this more beginner warm-up. Now, I do have a more advanced warm-up. It's my personal warm-up that I do when I'm skating, and I'll post a link to that down below. But this one is great for those skaters who are just beginning. And if you need to learn any of these skills you haven't learned, your half swizzles, your crossovers, I'll post some links down below that I might think are helpful for you in doing this on ice warm-up. If you enjoyed it, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I look forward to reading all your comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell down in the corner so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.